Hey, what's up YouTube? Eric here from MajorLeagueTrading.com, coming at you with another free nightly video here. And in this one, we're going to take a look at a trade from today in ticker SNOW. Everything from the game plan that we've been waiting for a while. We've talked about it for over a week now. And it wasn't on the radar in the first part of the morning in the pre-market session, but it ended up triggering over a level and caught our eye. And we were able to take a position in that and another of room members as well. We're able to participate in that one. So fun trade in there. And then also a little bit later in this video, we've got this big discrepancy right now on the daily chart in the SPY right here. So we'll go ahead and take a look at how we can kind of fix that and make the bar look normal again through a correct this bar feature here that Thinkorswim has. But to kick it off, the biggest thing in which I see from today here, we ran into the 44.27 quarter resistance level that we were talking about in the S&Ps here. That was the next target, if you will, just over those 44.06s that we cleared yesterday. And while we were relatively kind of quiet here first thing this morning, a lot of consolidation, and then much like yesterday, just a random move up to highs here. We did, rally up, find that resistance at 44.27 quarters, and then managed to get a pullback here. We held opening print for the most part until the end of the day there, and try to pop up through there. So the game plan for tomorrow here with the S&Ps at least is, hey, can we get over 44.27 quarters? Because if we can, then we kind of open up the door for the next run into 41.50s, and then from there 44.55s. So there is some decent room above here. The question becomes is, if we don't, and let's say we reject from 44.27 quarters tomorrow, or we get a gap down, then that's going to be something where I'm saying, hey, longs are probably off the table. But if we can get a small gap to the upside tomorrow, pull back and test 44.27 quarters, then I think there is something there to potentially work with. Now, if we take a look at the Nasdaq here, Nasdaq actually ended up having a pretty decent day at one point and was looking rather promising here, 14,220s, was looking pretty good. And then all of a sudden we just got this random move to the downside, out of pretty much all of the markets here. And again, managed to recover a little bit of that. So right now, the key thing in the Nasdaq is, hey, if we can maintain and hold this rally, we're clearing that level, which would have been the 27 quarter level in the S&Ps. We're clearing that with the 15,144s in the Nasdaq. So the same level in terms of where it comes from, the price structure in which surrounds it, is telling me that, hey, Nasdaq is leading this market just a little bit here. And we'll see that with a couple of the other names that were relatively strong today, even with the gap down. Something like a Google that manages, to rally back pretty decent on the day. And then even PANW as well. So with this one, as long as we can maintain trend tomorrow, and we don't do another one of these, sideways consolidation type moves, which we did have Powell speaking this morning that might have played a role in that a little bit. Then I do think we've still got room up towards that 15,390 quarters overall here in the Nasdaq. Now, to take a look at SNOW here, SNOW was the trade of the day, and what we've got is a 185.53 level in place in here, and once we clear 185.53s, we're pretty much clear up into 192.67s. And if you look, you can see on this daily chart down here, we came up and actually tagged this 192.67s like 2 weeks ago, and that's what gave us that really nice reaction to the downside so far on the daily chart, and it was able to kind of set this whole pattern up, in which led us back up here again. I would have expected, though, however, that it managed to hold a little bit better on the day, considering what the overall markets were doing, which was essentially just a move lower and then a move back higher into the end of the day. I would have expected this to ultimately hold up a little bit better. But the trade in here for us, SNOW game plan up over 185.53s here. It was able to give us tight entries with stops just under this little pivot mark right here at like 184s. We were able to take some trims on the first move up into 189s. And then anything up over 191s to 192.67s, we were able to take a second trim and then trailed out of the rest of this just under 189s here. So it was a really solid trade overall. In Snow, offered good risk to reward ratio. And the key with this one was the reason in which it was so good is like, hey, if we get through that 192.67s, which we traded, like 2 weeks ago, then we're wide open, and this thing realistically could have ran, to $200 or more, to the upside here today. There's really nothing above it. Like I said, it's wide open to run. So a little disappointed in the way in which this one performed. It probably should have done a little bit better, I think. But we're going to keep it on watch, see if it can get back up through there. And once it does get through 192.67s, as long as we have the market in our favor for this one, I like this one to the long side for more continuation there. So last but not least here, taking a look at the SPY here. So you can see on the 2-minute chart, the high of the day for the SPY is 437.44s. It just ends up being, kind of marked off here at the end of the day. And showing a little bit of an interesting little kind of move there. So all we're going to do is come in and right click on the candle bar down here on the daily chart. We'll click correct this bar, and then we can come in here and we can change that high of day to 437.44s. We can click apply and then go ahead and close that out, and that should give us the new mark, but it's not. Interesting. It wants to do it, and then for some reason is changing back and not doing it. So, there it goes. Okay, maybe not. Interesting. Either way, that's cool. Well, I thought I was going to be able to show you how to do it, and normally that's how you would do it, but for some reason TOS is glitching out on that one. But if it does happen in the future, then that is what you would do, is come in and right click on that, correct this bar, and be able to go ahead and set that like that. So again, for whatever reason, that is not working on this one, so I do apologize. There it goes. We got it. And we don't. All right, I'm done with this one. Hope this video helps you guys, and I hope you guys all had a good day. As always, appreciate the love and support. If you want to leave a like, comment, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.